Hey everyone. Okay, so I am back and I'm a little crooked. Hopefully nothing crashes and then I have to delete the video and try again. So that would happen. Let me see. Okay, I think we're golden. I'm pretty sure we are golden. So let me get my phone, that way I know how I want this layout done. Okay, so can you see we are going to use Shamel. Shamel, main character energy. Love it. Okay, so let's get started, you guys. I am back because my husband, I forgot, you guys. So my husband's on days off, and I forgot that he said he wanted to go to the movies with the boys and his brother and his friend. And so I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, you know what? Oh, hey, maybe I'll video, because I don't want to leave these layouts on the floor too long, because I don't want anything happening to them. And so I'm going to try and crank out videos, you guys. So you might get annoyed with me, but yeah, I'm going to try and crank them out as much as I can. And so today is Tuesday, and I'm going to upload today. So yeah, I will. He should be home in a few more hours since Dune is like 3 hours long. I'm like, no thank you. I can't sit that still for that long. I just can't. When we watch movies here, let's get started. It's week 2. When we watch movies here, I have to play on my phone or I have to play on my tablet. I just can't get myself to just watch the movie. I don't know. I find movies to be a little intense for me. I'm a wimp and I have a hard time with them. So yeah, I watch them with, you know, one eye basically. So I am not unless it's action, I don't really, yeah, it gets to be too intense for me. And we watched, so instead of going to the movies to go see Beekeeper, because I love Jason Statham. I love his movies. Well, not all of his movies. I'm like Crank. Oh my god, that's such a stupid movie. But I didn't want to. It was like $20 to rent it, or $20 to get dressed, put a bra on, put underwear on, put some pants on, and go to the movie theater. And I was like, $20, click. And I was like, Amazon, I love you. So yeah, so this is the day I went to breakfast with my mom and dad, but my dad hates pictures as much as I do, so it's weird. It's harder for me to get pictures of him but for the most part, I usually bully him into taking a picture. Where with me, I'm like, nope, nope. So let me move my glue over here. So anyway, so then we watched Beekeeper, and it was okay. It wasn't, the best or anything like that, but after a while, I had to grab my phone, grab my tablet, and just play on that and watch with one eye, because it just, just movies are hard for me. They really are. So, this day, Cheyenne and I, Tim, the kids come over once a week or so for dinner and stuff, and Tim and Matt, they drink, they're besties and stuff. So they drink and they try making new drinks and stuff, and so they're funny. But this day Tim barbecued, but Cheyenne and I are, let's do charcuterie. And okay, I'll tell you what, don't do barbecue and charcuterie for 4 people. And so this was our charcuterie board that Cheyenne and I put together. So, and it was delicious. But as you can see, the boys had their drinks. And then because they both, well, all 3 of them pack, but the 2 are cops and Tim is a concealed permit person. And so, well, Cheyenne didn't have hers, but Matt had his, and then he comes and puts it on the counter when he comes over. And then Tim, we had gone somewhere earlier, so he had his on the counter. And so I was like, put your guns in the pitcher too. So I put their guns in the pitcher, and so it was a joke. Okay, it's not like we're playing or anything like. So don't take it like, oh, they're just playing with guns. No. Safety. Tim grew up as a mountain man. His dad is really into mountain men stuff and, black powder rifles and that kind of stuff. And they grew up doing all that stuff. So gun safety is very, very important to them. And so mountain men and all that kind of stuff. So there's no one playing with it. It's in holsters. So you can't accidentally pick it up and pull the trigger. It doesn't work that way. So very safe. It's okay. There's no kids at my house. you know, they're besides my, you know, 31-year-old daughter. So that's the only kid I have here. Well, actually, Madsy, you're younger than Cheyenne. So I always call her a cougar. I'm like, oh, okay. Robbing the cradle here, darling. So she's like a year and a month older than him. And so she was born in 92 and he was born in 93. And so I always give her a hard time about that. Because, you know, that's what moms do, right? Or this mother does. This mother does. And so, yeah. But they're cute that way. So this is the week that I was really going to town quilting, and because Tim was gone a lot this week, and so he was at work, and then I got 2 quilts back from the quilter, and this was one of them. This I made 10 years ago, you guys, but I never got it professionally quilted, and then they finally did. So yeah, so this is December 26th, and so that's what I put. I put the typewriter wild and free, you know, because it just seemed like that. And so I got that one back, so now I can display it for Christmas next year. And then I got this one back, and like I said, I'll show you guys. This one is 9 years old. So, you know, a lot of us quilters, we stick stuff. These are called tops when you quilt, but you only do the top instead of doing the whole sandwich, you know, with the batting and then the backing, and then you quilt it all down, long arm quilting it all down. So a lot of us have tops that, you know, we finish faster than maybe we could afford to get professionally quilted, that kind of stuff too. And so so I have a lot of those, and I had a lot of those, and I steadily got rid of them to the quilter and stuff. So so that was the last 2 I had, and yeah, so she got them all done, and yeah, so now I'm trying to keep up with them, you know, like, okay, I have a top, just give them to her. And I will tell you guys right now, I had 8 tops and 8 quilts that I completely finished, and I gave to her to professionally long arm. So she has 8, and then I have the 9th one done. I just have to do the backing. And yeah, so I've been really, you know, with no printer and stuff like that, and all the troubles I had with no PL. So I really went to town with quilting, and I'm loving it. I love it so much. And my friend came over today, and we both bought kits, dragon kits, if you watch my haul videos. And so this is the other one I made 9 years ago. This is like a little wall hanging, but I finally gave it to her, and she quilted it for me. So we both bought those dragon kits, and I don't do kits normally. Normally I'm not a kit person because I love doing my own thing, but this dragon quilt was so amazing that I was like, oh, you know, heck with it, I'm going to buy it. So I bought it, and then she bought hers, and so we decided, okay, well, let's, you know, because we both had them in our stash for a little bit, and I said, let's get together and let's do them. She's like, yeah, let's do it. And so so we picked the day, which was today, and she came over, and we both cut them out, and she was trying to show me how to cut a panel, you know, do that whole to get the panel straight. I can't wrap my brain around it, and I'm too nervous to cut it and not have it be straight. So guess what I did? I cheated. I asked my husband, who is a mathematician, and because he's a carpenter, and he is very OCD. My husband is very OCD, and I know everybody has OCD. I don't have OCD, but I know everybody will, like, you know, oh, my OCD kicked in. Oh my gosh, everybody has it, you know. I'm like, oh my gosh, please. No. So you may like certain things done away, but it doesn't mean you're OCD. But my husband has OCD. He really does. And so he's one of those people, he can't see a picture frame crooked. He has to fix it. So I'm kind of mean when we're in the car, and, you know, we drive to LA or whatever, and he has his phone. He has his phone on the stand you know, when by the steering wheel. And so I like to mess with him, and when we put gas, I'll like touch it and it's crooked. And then he gets in the car, and then he gets in the car, and he doesn't know I'm doing it every single time. He just figures it moves, right? And so he gets in the car, he looks over and he fixes it. And I'm like, so I just snicker like every time, because he can't handle things like that. And so, and he's a perfectionist too. And so I said, hey honey, guess what? Can you cut this for me? This is what I need. This is the dimensions. And he's like, okay. So then he started talking to me, because he's like, okay, how do you want this? How do you want that? Like, okay, these are the points. And I'm like, yeah, all of that, dude. And he's like, oh, okay. So he's the one who's going to cut it for me. And I'm like, yes. So then it will be accurate. So that is my go-to. He is my go-to. So yeah. So that is, and then next time my friend and I get together, we are going to quilt our actual project, our dragons. And so hopefully this year we'll be able to have our dragons at the fair. So, because hers is different than mine. And yeah, so that will be fun. And so yeah, I did that today. And then now I'm doing this because, yeah, Tim's gone, and then he already made, he pre-made dinner, so he made carnitas for the first time. And, because right now we're doing no carbs and no sugar since January 1st. And I have stuck to it like you would not believe. Well, mainly because when I make commitments, I'm not a flaker. I am not a flaker at all. And if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. So, so for me to say I'm going to not have any sugar or carbs, then I just don't. And so it's hard, yeah. I mean, this is the quilt I just made, you guys. And this is my blocks all together. So I don't think it stayed in this form, but the quilter has it. So, but this bear was like so perfect for it. This quilt right here killed me. This is one of those Elizabeth Hartman, I think it's called Bjorn Bear. It killed me. It really did. It made me feel so low, because I could not get it to be perfect. It's not perfect. It's such a mess. The back looks like a kindergartner drew all over it. It's seams everywhere. It's just a mess. It is a mess. It is not something I'm proud of. But when you look at it as just a normal person, it looks fine. So that's how I'm grateful for, because I'll tell you what, I'm hoping the quilter can fix it as far as like make it seem like, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. Oh boy, yeah, you guys, it killed me. I am a beginner quilter again, you know, because I barely started doing this in July. It'll be 2 years that I started quilting again. And I'll tell you what, I am still a confident beginner. And the Elizabeth Hartman patterns are more of a intermediate. And you know, I always seem to chew off. Wait, no. What is it? It's bite off more than I can chew. Yeah, there we go. And so, yeah. So I am not going to be doing Elizabeth Hartman until next year, because I need to settle down. And so while I was doing this one really kind of just, it was too much. And I had such a hard time. And so I finished it, but I hadn't put it together. And so I started another like beginner one. And talk about just something I needed. I needed that boost of a beginner one. And I'll tell you what, and I'm happy about this. Now, when I put this together, I was like, oh, what's wrong with this? I had to take a picture. I was like, what's wrong with this? I was like, oh my God, he looks like a goober. And I should have honestly left it, because that's how this quilt went, you know. This is the struggle. And I should have just left it, but I didn't. I fixed it. And so the bear's is fine. His eyes are fine. But it just, boy, yeah, I'll tell you what, you guys. Yeah, that was a hard one to do. And it was, boy, thank gosh it's done. But yeah, so let me see here. I'm going to put that there and this here. And so, I won't lay this down right now because I've been making my videos so long, you guys. I'm so sorry. They've been really, really long. And I'm like, I don't know what's up with me. I am just talking. So, boy, let me do this one. So anyway, so that is... that's what happened today. And oh, my doctor's appointment was yesterday. I am off my crutches. He says to do my crutches. He says go from 2 to 1 to nothing. He's all, but if your knee feels good, he's all, just, you know, listen to your knee. And I'm like, okay. So once I ditched my crutches yesterday, I ditched them, and I haven't looked back. I've been walking around. I'm like, yeah, I need to go back to normal, guys. I need my life back. And so yeah, so I've been walking around, and it's been fun. So a little bit hard, but not bad. I'm not pushing it too much, but I'm going to get myself better here. So, and then my mom's birthday is March 20th, first day of spring, and so what I ended up doing, okay, so this is the one I was telling you about. It's the beginner one. And, yeah. So I liked it. My mom, I called up my dad because I told him, I go, I really want to go to, so yeah, the company that I've been hauling. I have my second order coming in this week. And I hauled last week. And so... I told Tim, I go, okay, because right now we're saving money, you know. You wouldn't think it by my haul videos, but yeah. And so we're saving money for Shai's wedding, and that's, you know, all good, and you know, it's all, you know, it is. She's getting married, okay, and she's gonna have the wedding of her dreams, so that's not a problem. She's gonna have what she wants, but you know, of course, it's a lot of money, and so we've been really, like, you know, careful on what we do, and, you know, things like that. And so no vacations, that kind of thing. But I really wanted to go to, so yeah, and I thought, you know, I want to take my mom, you know, because I wanted, you know, I love doing things with my mom. And you know how many, you know, people wish they had their moms, you know, with them, and they could still do stuff. And I, you know, I craft with my mom. We quilt together, you know, so we do things together. And I know that, you know, people wish they could, you know, have that with their moms, and, you know, that their moms had passed and stuff. And that sucks. And so I just don't want to take that for granted. So yeah, it's money, you know, but it's time with my mom, and I get to, you know, spend the day with her. So what I did is I told Tim, I go, hey, you know, I really want to just go up for the day to Vegas. You know, Vegas for us, because we live in California, is only an hour-and-a-half flight. And for the most part, it's always cheap to fly to Vegas. And I don't particularly care for Vegas. It's not, we don't gamble, and you can only eat so much. And we don't party, and we don't drink like that. So Vegas does nothing for us. Okay, we don't do the shows. So yeah, there's a lot of factors on why I don't prefer Vegas. So this is the day I quilted. This is where I quilt, because I have 5 craft rooms, but I don't have anywhere to actually quilt at, because there's nowhere really to sit down. In here where I'm filming right now, it's a stand-up table. So it's only stand-up, and I'm surrounded by containers. The spare bedroom has a California King, but it's a little bit bigger than a California King. I can't remember what they call it. And then my bedroom already has a bed and has my table on there, which is a smaller table. And then where my fabric and where I cut in that room, it's a stand-up cutting table. So it's big, and Tim made it, right? So it's a cutting table. There's nowhere to sit. So, and then my library, I have just the couch in there, and that's it. So and I don't want to mess with that. That's my library, and that's special to me. So I decided this is where, on the kitchen table, because we have a big TV in our kitchen. So I sit here, watch TV, and then there's cots all over underneath the table and on the side for the puppies to sit, and that is where they're most comfortable at. So so this is where I quilt, on the kitchen table. And so, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And so yeah, so anyway, so Vegas. So, well, Southwest just sent out a little thing, $49, you know, for a flight, you know, one way. So you got to remember, you know, Southwest is the one way. So it would have been $49 if it's one way. But what I did is I did it for the day. So it was really cheap. And so I'm taking her the fall, because you have to go off of their cheap dates. And so on the last week of March, I'm taking my mom, her and I are going to Vegas, and we're gonna go rent a car and then go to the So Yeah. So if you're in Vegas, let me know. We're gonna go to So Yeah when they open up, and then we're gonna go to another quilt store, and then we're gonna come home. So it's a one-day trip. She won this at our guild meeting. So and yeah, so we're gonna go. Really, but anyways, I called my dad. I was, oh, by the way, you bought her another gift for her birthday. And he's like, I did what? And he goes, oh, what did I buy her? I said a flight. And he goes, oh, okay. And so my dad saw, oh, okay, I didn't know I was going to buy her another gift. I said, yeah, you are. So because you gave her sewing machine, he's given her sewing machine that he bought her that I told you last video, the Juki. He's giving it to her on Saturday for our class. And so I said, well, then now this one she'll get to open when we go. On because we're going to their house for you know, barbecue and cake and ice cream and stuff, which, you know, we don't get to eat. But my parents are very, very supportive, and so my dad is making is barbecuing, and he's barbecuing all the meat. so we get to have a meat fest with, you know, hamburgers and basically it's keto and Atkins and all that stuff, right? No carbs and no sugar. So but I've lost 20 pounds, you guys, and so I have 53 more to go, I think it is, or 73. I can't remember. I started off at 248, and I'm trying to get to 160. So I think it was 73 pounds altogether. I'm not doing math at all, so I'm not even going to try. But now I lost 20, so I'm 228 right now. So I want to try and get to 160, but you know, that may or may not happen. This is our good friend. She is the vet tech. She only works like one day every so often because she is in nursing school for, don't you love Talman's face? She's in nursing school because she wants to be a ped nurse. And I'm like, no, you're their nurse. But she's like, no, I want to be a ped nurse. And I'm like, dang it. So yeah, I was like, can't you do both? She's like, no. I'm like, oh darn. So yeah, so we're losing her as the puppy's nurse. But this is cute this day. It was so cute. So we absolutely, this is actually, if you remember, I fostered Sticks, and he found a new home. That's Sticks' mom, but his new name is Kilo, and that's how I know we met and stuff, because the vet and then we became good friends. So but that is Sticks' mom, and Sticks is doing so well. She dresses him up, and he gets treats, and he is loved, and I love that for him. So he actually has a way better life than he could have had here, you know, having to share everything. So yeah. And then this right here, oh my gosh, you guys. So I don't really watch TV, you know, I watch YouTube. So Tim's out, it's the same difference. And I'm like, okay. So I watch TV, but I watch YouTube TV, okay? So not you know, I don't watch Survivor or anything like that. And so I was diamond painting this day, and I felt like, you know, listening or watching or something, right? And I said, okay, let me put Netflix on. So I put Netflix on, and I was just, you know, browsing, and then this thing popped up. Well, this woman, you know, I like her when she fights and stuff, so I was like, oh, well, she's got this show, I don't know what it is, so I'll watch it. From the first episode I watched, I loved it. I wasn't paying attention, that was going to turn off. I wasn't, it's called The Brother's Son, and I think it's on, yeah, it's on Netflix. It is so good, you guys, so good. I laughed, I loved it. And I actually would say it's 5 stars, and it's intense, and it's action, and it's, but it's the comedy of it for me was what did it. And I just, you know, I just loved it. And I thought it was really cool. So yeah, so I highly recommend The Brother's Son. And so I finished it. I think there's 9 episodes. I finished like 7.5 one night, the night I started, and then I finished it the next night, and I was hooked. I was done. And so I posted on Facebook. I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. And so my mom's like, oh really? So she binge watched it all in one day. Overachiever. So yeah, so she's like, oh my God, that was so good. And I'm like, I know, right? So I was trying to get my husband to watch it, and he, you know, he watches other shows and stuff. So when he's at work, we don't watch shows together. We watch a lot of YouTube together, which is like Paging Mr. Morrow and Making Magical Memories and something like that, for Disney YouTube, yeah, Disneyland and Disney World YouTube people. And I told Tim, we can totally do that when you retire. Let's do it. And I'm like, no one will watch us because the way we feed off each other, we're so like gooberish. It's like no one will watch us. So I told Tim, oh my gosh, I was you could edit all the videos, you could make it fun. I was like, come on. I was like, when we retire, let's think about it. So especially if we move to San Antonio and we're only 2.5 hours away from Disney World. I'm like, we can go there all the time, dude. I was film for the day and come home. I'm like, that's easy peasy. And so I'm trying to convince him, but yeah, he's pretty adamant that no one will watch. So I'm like, and we have such a weird sense of humor together that it's, you know, we make people, I don't think it's uncomfortable, but they're like, what is wrong with you, you know? That's kind of like the reaction, because me and him, we just totally feed off each other. And so basically we have fun. And a lot of people don't understand that. And yeah, and we're off the cuff, you know, and not PC and that kind of thing too. So yeah, we're the weirdos. But oh my gosh, you guys, you got to watch that. And if you have seen it, let me know. Did you love it, or it was just it was okay? Because, you know, everyone has different tastes, and so, you know, and that's perfectly okay, because, you know, everybody is different. So this sticker right here was off Tim had a when they do events and stuff, they have these little things to give out to the kids, and I was like, oh, hello, I want some stickers. I'm like, sticker queen here, hello, I need some stickers. And so he's like, okay. So so then he gave me the stickers, and so I've been using them for the PL. I'm like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to use them for. So, oh my gosh, that is so like that is so like crazy. That's right. Okay, like that. Let's fix it like that. So I'm glad you guys will be okay if I'm out of order and all that kind of stuff. So thanks for the feedback. I appreciate it. So it's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be really, really fun. So I just want it to be nice. So let's see. I know I could fix it off camera, but okay. So anyways, that's the diamond painting. I had a video, but that's the diamond painting I finished on my own, and it's in framed. And so my daughter got me hooked on going to one of these Goodwills. It's called Savers, and she has me hooked going there. And so that's the only like place I go, and I usually only go with her. But when I go with her, I always look at the frames, because I don't mind taking these frames and gutting them off of the picture that's in them, because I want the frame for either diamond painting or cross stitch. And it's been working out perfectly, you guys. It is so good. It really is. It's a good thing. And so that is one that I gutted, and it yeah, it worked so perfectly. And it was like $10. Oh, it was $9.99, but then I get a 20% discount because I donate, and I don't take the receipt, I take the coupon, and so it's 20% off that. And it is a major heavy duty frame, you guys, like whew, like classy, and it just was so spectacular. I loved it immediately. So I came home and I had Tim gut it, and it worked out for the diamond painting. See, so yeah, you have to store it though. That's the only, you know, bummer part. But I have an area in here, which I don't think I filmed a video for in here yet. The my silhouette room, since I've completely transformed it. So I don't think I have. So I'll have to, it's just, you know, with me getting hurt in December, and then, you know, having limited mobility, I haven't been able to do much. And so then cleaning is the biggest thing, because I'm bringing home all these hauls and stuff, and from the flea market and all that stuff, the crafty flea market. And so it's just getting it, you know, where it's filmable. Is that, yeah, that sounds right? Where it's clean enough to be filmed. So yeah, that's the harder part. So the easy part might be the filming, but the actual like cleaning part is the harder one. So, and then just trying to convince my quilt guild to have a flea market and sell the booth, you know, the spaces, and that money could go towards teachers and stuff. And so hopefully, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, hopefully we can vote on it and figure out what else we can do. Because if we can have, I wanted it to be a crafty garage sale, but it just can't, because there's just not enough people who would want to do that. So, but if we say it's a garage sale, and then, or a flea market, it's not a garage sale, a flea market, and then we tell, you know, on the flyer we say crafts and all that stuff, because you guys, I have so many crafty things to get rid of. Like so many that it's ridiculous, that I'm like, hello. I have so many storage containers. I have so much stuff to get rid of that it's just, and I told Tim, I said, you can do it on eBay. I said, you can, I'm just going to keep talking to you. I said, you can put it on eBay, but I just, you know, because a lot of the stuff I have is, you know, not just dollar store stuff. It's, you know, good stuff. And, good containers, like close to my heart and stuff like that. And so, and now with them going out of business, I guess, I don't know if any of that's true. You know, because I don't want to talk out of my butt, you know, I don't, that's what they're saying, but I don't know. And, but if it's true, then, you know, that might be where, you know, people may want more of it, or people may have an overabundance to get rid of. So I don't know. So will my stuff be worth anything? I don't know. Our stuff is not really worth anything anyways, but, you know, we can pretend it is. We totally can pretend it is. Okay, you guys, I am almost done with this layout. So, you know what? I'm just going to, while I'm talking to you, let me say thank you to Christina Folk 6181 and Barbara Haish. You know, Barbara, I don't even remember you having that 25691. Sorry if I'm not, you know, I just know you as Barbara Haish. And then Rita, I think, watches also. And yeah, so I have my friends that I know who watch. And very, very nice. Very, very nice to have you guys as my little lurkers and stuff like that, and to be so supportive. So I appreciate you guys so much, and I'm so glad you're sticking with me. So now we'll have more PL videos and not just haul videos. So that's the goal anyways. So let me try and pretend I know what I'm doing here. Let's see if they, did I do too many? I'm not sure. Let's see. And yeah, so that is what's happening, you guys, this week. I had my friend over today, so we cut fabric, and then tomorrow we have our guild meeting, so, or not meeting, our sew day at the Guild House, and so my mom and I will be together. And then that is it. And then Tim keeps putting in for overtime, but it's still not coming to him yet. So we'll see when I come back, but I'm going to be back immediately. So the minute he goes back to work, I am PLing again, so I'll have even more layouts. So after this one, I have 2 done. You guys, I love how this title card came out. I love it. So I love this whole layout. This layout made me smile. This layout made me just happy to be back again, you know, like I love this craft so much. This craft makes me so happy. So anyways, alright guys, love you guys. Big hugs, big loves, and yeah, we'll see you all pretty soon, because yeah, I'm doing it. Bye guys.